That legislation would prevent state officials and courts from complying with child removal requests, arrests, and subpoenas related to gender-affirming health care.
The bill passed 86 to 62 again early this morning. It now goes to the state Senate. We have a full report coming up next hour right here on the Fargo CW.
Also on your fast track this morning, it's getting downright dangerous at many intersections around town because of those huge heaps of snow that haven't been cut down all winter.
Joining us this morning to tell us more is the Valley Today's Aaron Walling. He's live in South Fargo. Good morning, Aaron.
Good morning, guys. I talked to West Fargo PD yesterday, and they said that a lot of the crashes that they've been seeing on roadways, neighborhood roads, is due to the fact that people aren't able to see other drivers. I'm going to show you, there's this snow heap behind me here in South Fargo. Now, I'm about 6 feet tall, so this thing, is roughly around my height. So if you get a low-riding vehicle coming around the corner here, you're not going to really see it, especially if you're going too fast, and that could cause a lot of issues. West Fargo PD also talked about how, with how the sunny days, those roads start to become more and more slick, especially when it's freezing overnight. So they're asking people, please take a slow approach when you're coming upon these intersections.
And slowly inch your vehicle forward while looking past the snowbank until you can get a clear view, just so that way if a car is coming, you have enough time to hit on your brakes, because if you're going a little bit faster, you might just slide into that intersection.
Now, guys, I also spoke with West Fargo PD about the fact that they are asking people that are also, not stopping at stop signs, the ones that don't have that, just slow down when you're coming upon these intersections, because you never know if someone's sliding through, if they're not getting that traction on these roadways. Just overall, slow down and just take your time when you're on the roadways. Reporting live in South Fargo, Aaron Walling, Valley Today.
All right, thank you so much for that information, an important aspect of safety. Again, Aaron Walling live. All right, everybody, it was my reason to smile today. We're talking about the Aurora Borealis. Yes, did you see the sky last night? The northern lights were out in a big way right across our region.
Yeah, beautiful shots. We heard from a lot of you who went outside to enjoy it. This one is from my hometown of Perham, Minnesota. Also going through many of these beautiful pictures like we have, and also giving us a check of our current conditions, meteorologist Lisa Green joins us now on our fast track. Good morning, Lisa.
Good morning. Yes, it's been just awesome to see those vibrant colors. You can check those out on our webpage, valleynewslive.com. You can also upload your photos if you took some last night. Go to the VNL weather app, upload the photos right there, and you can also check out the gallery there as well, because that's the only place you're going to see the aurora right now. Of course, the sun is coming up, so visibility of that is gone, but also visibility in general is down. This is Fargo. We've got fog creating some issues here this morning. You can see some lights moving in our view, but that's about it. Those are cars along the interstate or getting onto the interstate at this point. It's cold outside too. We're looking at 7 degrees in Fargo. Wind is out of the south at 7. It feels like 5 below right now, so still feeling like we're below 0. Moorhead is at 5 degrees. We'll see that sun come up at 7:23, and that will help to start to disperse that fog that we've been contending with in parts of the valley. In Grand Forks, it's been better visibility. This is a still shot toward downtown Grand Forks, and we've got a temperature of 4 degrees. It feels like 11 below, though, and wind is out of the south at 10 miles per hour. So talking about visibility, we've been having trouble both mornings over in Oaks. We were down to 0 all morning long until a couple of minutes ago. Now we're up to a quarter-mile visibility, some improvement. And in the Valley City area, struggling a bit as well at a quarter-mile visibility. So some pockets of dense fog in southeastern North Dakota. Fargo, again, we just saw in our camera view that our visibility is down. We're officially at 3 miles at the airport. Northern Valley, some areas where visibility is lowered, but not necessarily dense fog. We're at 4 miles in places like Crookston, Cavalier, and then Candu's at 3 miles. So radar, satellite looking very quiet for your morning here. We do have a few clouds in the south, but overall it's been clear. That allowed that view of the northern lights last night. And this morning out at the bus stop, it's going to be cold for the kids. They're going to want to wear the winter gear again. We're looking at temperatures into the single digits. A couple of spots have dropped below 0 this morning, so yes, it is cold. But this afternoon should feel pretty good. We're going to be on our way up to about 30 degrees this afternoon in Fargo. We'll have some sunshine, a few clouds mixing in there as well, and the wind shouldn't be too strong. So all of that combined leading to a decent Friday here for us and for the kids heading out to recess this afternoon or heading home from school. Now, this weekend, we have a chance for more clouds on Saturday. We may see even a few flurries or a little bit of drizzle going on Saturday morning especially. But I'm not expecting a really impactful event with this one. It just might create some gloomy conditions, especially to start off the day. And then Sunday, more sunshine and slightly cooler. And our big event, the next big system that could be impacting us, we're looking ahead to the second half of next week. A wintry mix possible with a storm system that is showing and has been consistently so in our model guidance here. But the next 11 days, still running cool. Still not seeing a lot of days here where we start to get that melt going in earnest. A few days next week where we're climbing to that melting point or just above. But no big warm-ups on the way here in the forecast.
Okay, not necessarily the news a lot of people want for what we are going into here next week, the final week of March.
Right, yeah, we're transitioning into April and still locked in with that snowpack at that point.
Okay, thank you, Lisa.
Well, speaking of how all of this snow melts will play a big part in what spring floods will look like. New data from the National Weather Service shows that most cities along the Red River have more than a 50% chance of moderate to major flooding.
There is some good news, though. Experts say we had dry ground heading into the winter. The bad news, forecasts have us staying below freezing, as Lisa was mentioning, for at least the next 2 weeks or roughly. If things warm up too rapidly, that thaw would then send river levels up faster, potentially reaching higher levels. Fargo city leaders say that based on yesterday's new flood outlook, they don't anticipate the need to open Sandbag Central. Xcel Energy is temporarily powering down its Monticello, Minnesota nuclear plant today after a new leak was detected on Wednesday. Company officials say hundreds of gallons of radioactive water has reached the groundwater, but they don't believe it has reached the Mississippi River.
This week's discovery comes after 400,000 gallons of radioactive chemicals seeped out late last year. The company says the plant is now scheduled for a refueling process this spring, which will include maintenance and construction projects. New this morning, a U.S. contractor is dead and 5 U.S. service members and another contractor wounded after a suicide drone hit a coalition based in northeast Syria.
The drone is believed to be of Iranian origin. Now, the U.S. retaliated with airstrikes on Iranian-linked targets in that same area. New details are now emerging about a stabbing in Moorhead earlier this week. 24-year-old Chance Thibert is now facing additional charges, including attempted murder, assault, terrorizing, and burglary in the Fargo-Moorhead area.
Court documents now allege Thibert forced his way into an apartment on Monday, punched a man and broke his jaw, stabbed him, and threatened to kill him. Thibert is also accused of pulling out a machete and threatening to kill several people inside a car after telling them he'd just stabbed someone. One of the victims called police and Thibert was then arrested.
A serious consumer alert this Friday morning. Eye drops made in India and sold on websites like Amazon now under recall after 3 people died, 8 lost their vision, and 4 had an eye surgically removed from it. The CDC says an antibiotic-resistant bacteria found in EzraCare and Delsam Pharma artificial tears is responsible. Symptoms include discharge, pain, redness, light sensitivity, and blurred vision.
Hyundai and Kia are also recalling more than 500,000 vehicles across the U.S. and urging owners to park them outside, all because of a fire risk. The recall impacts late-model Hyundai Santa Fe SUVs, including hybrids, the Santa Cruz pickup, and Kia's Carnival minivan. The vehicle's electrical tow hitch harness can catch fire if water gets into them. And a traffic alert this morning for people driving in West Fargo. There's a lane closure on westbound 13th Avenue East. That's from Prairie Parkway to 2nd Street West.
Work should be done by the end of the day today. Hopefully, crews are making some road repairs in that area. We want to leave you this Friday morning with another look at a wild pit maneuver that happened out of the Twin Cities. Take a look here. A deputy was trying to stop a robbery suspect yesterday. They bumped the back of the bad guy's car to then turn it sideways.
And then that squad car pinned the getaway vehicle against a snowbank. You just saw it there. The suspect climbed out of the window and onto the vehicle's roof, but the deputy caught up with him, you see. He ended up tasering him and took him into custody. Using Mother Nature to our advantage.
I suppose, yeah, there's one decent thing that we can have about it, I suppose.
That's the one.
But anyway, thank you for joining us so much here on this Friday morning. The Today Show and CBS Mornings are just about to start.
But the Valley Today rolls on. We're live up to the minute news and weather coming up right now on the Fargo CW. In the meantime, head on over to our website and our app for a look at those Northern Lights photos. We are getting tons and tons of submissions. Lisa Green walking us through the slideshow all morning long, and it really brightens up your day.
Yeah, it really is a beautiful sight. Otherwise, have a happy and safe weekend. We'll see you right back here tomorrow morning. Or not tomorrow morning. Oh my gosh, it's Friday. We're coming back Monday.